I remember the first time I tried to save a few bucks on a fuel tank for my truck. I grabbed one of those cheap steel tanks from a big box store, thinking it would do the job. Within a few months, rust started creeping in around the seams, and before long, I was dealing with leaks in a toolbox that barely stayed shut. It was a mess, and I ended up spending more to replace it than I would have if I just bought something better in the first place. That's when I realized you really do get what you pay for, especially when it comes to something as important as a fuel tank. That's why I was excited to try the RDS MFG INC 72773 fuel tank. It's not some flimsy steel box that's going to rust out on you in a year. This thing is built with 0.58 gauge aluminum, which means it's tough enough to handle the bumps and jolts of daily use without denting or warping. And the best part? No rust. Ever. If you've ever dealt with the frustration of a rusted-out tank, you know how big of a deal that is. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. One of the things I really appreciate about this tank is how well it's constructed. The seams are fully welded, so you don't have to worry about leaks or weak spots where moisture can sneak in. And the lid? It's reinforced, so it stays secure even when you're hauling tools or other gear in the bed of your truck. I've used cheaper toolboxes before where the lid would pop open if I so much as looked at it wrong. Not fun. This one stays shut, no problem. Another big plus is that it's a universal fit. That means it's designed to work with a wide range of trucks and trailers, so you don't have to stress about whether it'll actually fit your setup. I've got an older model truck, and it slid right into place without any modifications. If you're tired of dealing with tanks that require custom fabrication just to get them to work, this one's a game saver. It's ready to go out of the box, which is exactly what you want when you're in a hurry or just don't feel like messing around with extra work. I also like that it's lightweight compared to steel tanks. That might not seem like a big deal, but when you're trying to keep your truck's payload balanced or just lifting the thing into place, every pound counts. The aluminum construction makes it easier to handle without sacrificing durability. Plus, since it's not rusting, you won't have to worry about it getting heavier over time as corrosion sets in. For anyone who uses their truck for work or just needs reliable storage, this tank is a solid investment. I've used it to store everything from extra fuel cans to tools and even some camping gear, and it's held up perfectly. The interior is spacious enough to keep things organized, and the reinforced lid keeps everything secure while you're driving. If you've ever had to dig through a jumbled mess in the back of your truck to find what you need, you'll appreciate how much easier it is to keep things in order with this setup. Now, I'll be honest, it's not the cheapest option out there. If you're on a tight budget, you might be tempted to go with a cheaper alternative. But trust me, you'll end up paying more in the long run when you have to replace it sooner than expected. The RDS MFG tank is built to last, and that's worth the extra upfront cost. The only real downside I can think of is that it's a bit heavier than some of the ultra-lightweight plastic options, but that's a trade-off for durability. And if you're used to dealing with rusted-out tanks, the weight difference is negligible compared to the hassle of dealing with corrosion. All in all, if you're in the market for a fuel tank and toolbox combo that's built to last, this is the one to get. It's straightforward, no nonsense, and does exactly what it's supposed to do without any fuss. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional who relies on their truck every day, you'll appreciate the peace of mind that comes with a tank that won't let you down. If you're ready to upgrade your setup, you can find all the details in the description below.